Yasmine, so great to be here again. Another Thursday coming together and having a discussion about the markets. And really, the norms have shifted. Things have shifted. I think. So, what is the new norm? Let's talk about that. What is the new norm, and how do we see that going into 2027? I know we're a little bit early, but let's take a look at that. How do you see that moving forward into next year? What do you have going in your area?
The East Bay is, I think we talked about it before. Good morning, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
we talked about it before. The East Bay, we have all these pockets, right, where we have very high end, and those properties are selling faster than the average home right now. We do see quite a few price reductions, but then, if I go to San Francisco, which is not East Bay, but it's the peninsula. So San Francisco, Berkeley, Oakland, those areas I feel are getting more attention because of the AI boom in San Francisco, and people, have all this money to spend. And then
Right.
as we go further east, we have the luxury areas, that people from the city come to because of the schools and so on, the neighborhoods. But when I look at my demographics, it's kind of like the 2 million. There are many of us. There are
You
many.
say that so casually.
Oh,
It's
what
kind of
can I
like
say?
the 2 million.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but
Well,
there
the
are a
reason why
lot.
the reason why I say that is just compared to here, we oh my gosh, our average pricing is like, I mean, I think it isn't your average though. Your average pricing is right around just over a mil, isn't it?
Well, in our area here, it's between 1.7 and well, I would say 1.5 and 1.9
Oh
average.
my gosh, because ours is like around 600,000. So that's why I was kind of mocking you, Oh, just 2 million.
Well, it's really tough. I mean, it doesn't matter where it is, right? If the market is tough, it doesn't matter if the house is priced at 600 or 2 million. I mean, this is what people are used to in this area. So it's not, oh, it's just my market. This is
Right.
the entire area around me. Yes, we have areas where 1.2, 1.3, but those get a little bit more carefully chosen because not everything falls automatically into place in those areas. You have to be on the right street to get to the right school or the shopping or whatever it might be. Where in the Danville, Alamo, San Ramon area, Pleasanton, it's everything's good, right?
Wow.
So,
That's awesome. Well,
yeah.
here in Utah, our inventory this year has almost doubled. I mean, as far as the inventory, we went from like what seven, like in Davis County. Davis County is my primary area across the Wasatch Front. Davis County is where I really focus, and in Davis County, we went from 718 listings to 1,044 listings, which
Yeah.
45% increase. Um, and and the average list price though has jumped up from 598 to 649 is what it's jumped up to right in that area. So it's
What
homes.
I see, what I see is, and it's sad, um, I tell my clients we're not going to chase the market. We're going to pick a price. We're going to stay with this price because it takes longer right now. I think between activity sometimes starts between 75 and 115 days on the market. Not everybody wants to stay on the market that long, right? So then they start chasing prices. Like every morning, I get numerous emails saying, okay, another price reduction, a price reduction, a price reduction. And I do understand, of course, most sellers want to sell, but those and have to sell because, job or whatever it might be. But then there are those who would like to sell and but also would like to make a very educated move. So
Right.
I typically try to help my clients understand when I don't want to chase the market. I want them to carefully calculate and plan this move or this sale. So, like I told you before, the alternative is to lease. Find a tenant, lease it for a year, and then see how it goes. Of course, that's dangerous when you have a seller who would like to buy in another area. Then bridge loans come into place, and they typically are for 6 months. So everything comes with difficulties right now. So
Well, yeah, cost benefits. There's always a
mm,
plus and a minus to
yeah,
everything. Yeah, our days on market we actually went the other direction. Ours went from 85 down to 64. And I guess it settled right around 70 days on market right now is where we're at. But then again, you told me, and I understand it's pockets, but you told me about there's some listings out there that are making $1 million above ask.
yeah, and more in San Francisco. That
That
was San Francisco. 44 homes sold above a million over list price. And it continues. It's not only a million over list price. Sometimes it's 2 million or 3 million. So right now it's kind of like we can also say it's 100% above list price. Some of them. Some of them are listed at 2 and sell at 4. So yeah, it really
Wow.
depends. Yeah.
Wow. And
My
yours is
friend,
mainly from that AI technology boom. Here, people are just moving here by the groves. People are still moving here, and that's the real crux of it. Is they're leaving more high tax areas, more highly regulated areas, and coming here, to the land of the free, the home of the brave.
oh
You know.
God, here you go.
Well, they're coming to a place that still respects property rights and doesn't want
And here we go.
the I think I said the median sold price. I mean, seriously. I mean, I'm still blown away by the price differences between our two different markets. But to your point, well, here's my question: how does a first time home buyer in your area buy? I mean, seriously.
Is that a trick question?
No, I'm being sincere. How does somebody get into that market? Because I'm seeing it here. I mean, I'm sitting there going, with our property values going up, because even though it slowed down, the rate at which things are going up has slowed down. First time home buyers are still getting spanked, man. It's like, how do you get in that market? And I look at your situation, your guys' market. How do they ever buy?
Well, first-time home buyers, it all depends who you're considering a first-time home buyer. A lot of people here are first-time home buyers are getting assistance by their parents, or they've been living at home with the parents to save up money, right, to increase their down payment. It's job related, and buying $1 million home as a starter is kind of like the norm. If and you start at a condo townhouse, if you want to be in this specific area of Danville, Alamo, San Ramon. But my recommendation to first-time home buyers is always, if you want to live in the Bay Area, look at your price and be flexible. Don't make any demands. The best way to get to a different price range is to get into the market. Buy your first house, doesn't matter where it is, and
Oh,
just stay with it for a couple years, do some work at it, look at it more like an investment property. So at
right.
least you have your foot in, and then you do a little bit of work, and in 2 years you go up a step and
Yes.
then continue like that, and hopefully you get a job promotion or something like that. So I do have first time home buyers, quite a few, and I love that. And we have this conversation where what can I do with 500,000, and then I provide the options. We can go over to Pittsburgh and buy a house, a brand new house, or you can be in Hayward, closer to the city, or Emeryville or so, and you can get a condo.
Right.
So it really depends on what your needs are. And if it's the first time home buyer without children, it's a little bit easier, right? Because
Right.
they can buy anywhere because the
Right.
schools are not that important.
And they don't need as many bedrooms. They can be flexible and all that kind of stuff. But the counsel you're giving is very similar to what we say here is you need to get into the market because right now that we talked about this before, the uncertainty tax is taking a toll where there's some in other words, buyers are not getting spanked every single day. Now they can come in, they can negotiate times. Overall, times in the market has gone longer, so there's negotiating room. There's not desperation, as far as the buyer to just have to buy, and offer significantly above list for the most part. Same way here, though, as far as what you talked about, just at a different level, but the there's some pockets that are just moving like hotcakes, some that are really not moving. They're being very slow. But a lot of it has to do here with preparation, meaning having that property ready to go, where
Yes.
it's completely
I
done.
was just going to say what this morning I was looking at things and it was like if the home is priced closely to what the buyers believe the value is, you're going to sell. But if there is a difference where the buyers are like, oh, we're just going to wait. Buyers right now still don't know that their house might not reduce, it will just be gone and wait until next year. So a lot of people are like, what happened? Why didn't they reduce? Why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? And, I get those calls myself. And it's like, it didn't make sense, didn't pan out for my clients. But if it aligns with a buyer's, expectations, I think the houses definitely sell.
Yes, definitely. And here we're getting about 98 cents on every dollar on average. And next year we're
Yeah.
projected to have about a 1.6, 1.7% appreciation next year as far as growth.
Ours
I
is
think,
actually going to increase next year. At least that's what the forecast is. The important thing right now is to help people understand that interest rates might stay the same,
yeah,
right? We might not be at 4.5, well, definitely not where we were during COVID, but at 5 or 4.5 or even 5.5, it might be the new norm that we are going to stick around 6.5%. And for people to have that understanding and work within those perimeters and also understand if the interest rates drop, more buyers will be there. So you're going to pay more for a home when all these people, who've been waiting if that would happen. But so, in my opinion, it's a win-win. Buy now, buy later. Uh,
well, plus over the whole historical picture, 6.5% interest rate. I was ecstatic.
Same.
I remember being at 12, 13% interest rate, dropped down to 9, and I was loving it. When it dropped down to 6, I was like
Yes,
Nirvana, man. It was
yes,
incredible. And
yeah.
so, and realistically, economically speaking, the little bit higher, like 6%, 7%, 8% interest rate is actually healthier in the sense of when it comes to the whole big picture. I understand in the housing market, we love seeing those low rates, but as an overall economy, the economy is actually stronger when you got a little bit higher interest rate to have things buffered and so forth. And those that are on fixed incomes are making better return on their money and all those kinds of things.
And
It's just
better
a
decisions.
yes,
Right? It's like at
yeah,
an interest rate of 1%, it's like, okay, let's go out, run out and buy a house, pay 500,000 over list price. It's just, be part of that craziness. And then 5 years later, it's like, oh, I'm so great, so happy that I have 1%, but the prices changed. And okay, so now what? We loved buying it. We did pay a lot more, but now we want to go somewhere. And
right,
and what are we going to do now? The prices are not the same, and the buyer clientele is very different. So
right.
I agree with you for once. I
Oh,
believe that consistent,
That's a journal entry. Journal entry. Yasmine agrees with Todd. She finally realizes Todd is always right. Todd is always right.
No, I have really given it a lot of thought, and I think people are more thoughtful when the interest rates are higher.
Right.
And yeah, thoughtful and considerate and evaluating and all of that, where, oh, let's move out of the city. We can work from home. Oh, let's move back to the city. Oh, we don't really like it. Oh, let's move to another area. And those things, yeah, for financially affluent people, it doesn't make a difference. They don't care if the price dropped on their San Francisco home, or, well, San Francisco is actually not, but in the East Bay, for example, they'll just sell it as a loss and buy it for 2 million higher in the city. And that's, I just don't think it's the norm. And in this area, I feel you sometimes get tricked into this thought of everybody is the same.
Right.
And I like that I'm not the same. I do like that about myself because I feel I'm thoughtful
Well,
with people's money.
and people are, when it really comes down to it, the human nature is we ourselves individually, we are thoughtful. We're much more giving. It's when that collective comes together that it creates all these problems. It's when we need to, as individuals, that we stand on our own merit, we stand on our own integrity. All of a sudden, things just start flowing, creativity flows, and everything else. It just is. It's a much better approach to life.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
great. Oh, there we go again. Another journal entry. Yasmine agrees with Todd.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
So good. Anything else? Any final words?
No, just keep the faith. Stay positive. Stay engaged.
Yes, for
Don't
sure.
surrender, and surround yourself with loving people, nice people, and don't listen to the noise.
Yes, absolutely. Love it. Love it. You're awesome. You take care. Have a good one. Love you.
Bye.
Bye bye.